So-Called Season 2 is coming soon. In the meantime, here's a clip from our archive. Find full episodes on our archive at socalledpodcast.com or from wherever you get your podcasts. So-Called is sponsored by loveboiseparks.org, which donates 50% of all profits to support, promote, and preserve open spaces in Boise, Idaho. Use promo code SOCALLED for 10% off all your purchases at loveboiseparks.org.
Discipline is choosing between what you want most and what you want now.
When it comes to maintaining the discipline to focus on what you want most, less is more.
Editing is a way of life. It's a way of distilling what we do and figuring out how to be our highest and best self. I can't say enough about cutting things out and finding where you can make the most impact.
This is Mark Wojcik, and I'm wondering, how's your so-called career? Welcome to So-Called, the podcast that explores the why and how of work. On today's episode, we meet Cristen Iris, professional writer, developmental editor, book collaborator, and ghostwriter. When we met, I asked Cristen to tell me about her work. What does the work entail on any given day that you would like to describe?
There's no typical day. As far as process goes, I am an early riser. My best time is in the morning, so I'm usually at my computer by about 6 o'clock in the morning, and I do all my brain work in the morning. And the work I do now is primarily bigger projects, book-length projects, and my main focus is really helping the author get to the core of their message and have a lot of help the author develop empathy for their reader to say, hey, what does the reader, why are they coming to this book? What's the problem that they want solved? And to get them in and get them out as quickly as possible. So it's about precise language and really meeting the reader where they are.
Find full episodes on our archive at socalledpodcast.com or from wherever you get your podcasts. So-Called is sponsored by loveboiseparks.org, which donates 50% of all profits to support, promote, and preserve open spaces in Boise, Idaho. Use promo code SOCALLED for 10% off all your purchases at loveboiseparks.org.